Hello, welcome to the third installment of Key Moments in Chess History. And by third installment, I mean like the third event that we're going to look at. This is the third World Championship match. With the white pieces, we have the well-known Wilhelm Steinitz versus his challenger, Isidor Gunsberg. Now, nobody really knows much about Isidor Gunsberg. However, he did beat both Blackburn and Bird in a match. I would say he is the least well-known player to ever play for the World Championship. And what's interesting is, this was not an easy match. Steinitz didn't just roll him over, as you're going to see. It was a very, very challenging match. The rules of the match were first to 10 wins, or best of 20 games. So, like, if you win 10 games before the 20th game is over, you win, which I guess that's pretty obvious. So I guess first to 10, 10.5 points or something. And if it's a 10 to 10 tie, I think you keep playing until somebody wins 10 games or whatever. It's complicated rules for it. None of that crap came up. So the first game, I actually want to show from the start because it's kind of interesting. So the game goes d4, d5, c4, e6, knight c3, knight f6. Now Steinitz, a very well-known experimenter. There's crazy alarms going on outside. Forgive that noise if you hear it. But he loved to experiment with like crazy new ideas that nobody else really tried. And he played the move f3 here. Not a very good move. You know, the knight wants to be there. But he's just trying it out, trying to get control of the center. You know, nobody really knew exactly what the best moves were back then. Black played knight to c6. I am a little skeptical of this. Some kind of c5 type idea makes a lot of sense, especially since white's going to have development problems. But whatever, he went knight to c6. I just kind of wanted to show white's opening setup in this game and show kind of how strange it is. Knight to f2, like this is just not a normal way to play chess. Bishop e2, bishop to b4, bishop d2, and black makes a good move, breaking in the center with e5. Pawn takes, rook takes, pawn takes, knight takes, e4, and knight takes c3 is a strong move because honestly black is just better here. This pawn is weak, white's pieces are a little funky, blackish has some small advantage here. So they make some normal developing moves. He moves the rook back out of dodge, castles, pins the knight, king h1, queen e7, knight to d3, knight to e5, knight takes, queen takes, bishop d3, rook d8. And some more normal moves, rook a to d1, bishop e6, bishop c1, opening some space for his rook, queen to a5, attacking the a-pawn, c4, blocking the attack, bishop to d4, attack the queen, queen h5. Bishop back to c1, c6, bishop e2, queen a5. In this position, the game was agreed drawn. Now, I think it's a bit of a mistake because one thing that's pretty clear is that white does not have the advantage here. These pawns are just a bit weak. I mean, I'm not saying that black has some monstrous advantage, but it's there. There's some type of advantage for black in this position. f4 is probably a typical idea. Maybe f6 now. I mean, it says c5 is also possible. And then just here to c6. To me, when I saw this game, I kind of felt like Gunsberg was not using great match strategy. Maybe it's his first game ever against the world champ. He's a little intimidated. And he took a draw perhaps slightly prematurely. But two important things to notice from this game. Number one, Steinitz is playing crazy openings, like f3, that's just crazy. And number two, Gunsberg's kind of okay with taking a draw slightly earlier than I think he needed to. So the first game was agreed drawn. I'll see you tomorrow with another game from this match. Bye-bye.